Hello my friends, Boomy here once again with another video for you, my Swtor brothers and sisters. How's everyone doing today? In a galaxy far, far, far away. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button for all your Swtor fun news, gadgets, and updates right here, right now. My friends, if you're like me and covered in mountains of freaking snow, as if you live on the planet of Hoth itself, then I hope you're having a wonderful day. Me, however, I just got a freaking foot of snow this morning. So, hey, you know what? Where's a tauntaun? It's time to get warm. My friends, we have a new game update 6.2.1, excuse me, that has gone live. And with it, we have some changes, especially when it comes to Conquest stuff and other things as well, especially amplifiers that we have there with a new UI for the amplifier, some more of a simplistic way of looking at it. And honestly, I think from the feedback I got from the last video, it looks like BioWare is going in a good direction when it comes to simplifying amplifiers and not necessarily what they do, but describing what they do and make it a little easier for us to get what we want. My friends, let's take a look at the patch notes right here. Game highlights, updates to your blah blah blah. The Uprising. Several changes have been made in Uprisings. Our goal with these changes is to bring more balanced experience. I mean, I'm going to be honest here. Honesty here in church, my dear friends. I totally forget about Uprisings. I forget they're in the game. I totally do. And I did a complete video on what to do in Swtor, and Uprisings was part of it. And I completely forget they're part of the game. They are fun. They are. But they are here. So like I said, there have been several changes that have been made to Uprisings. Players will now be able to complete Uprisings at level 75 instead of being bolstered down to 70. Story and Veteran mode are still available at level 70, while Master mode now requires level 75. They also rebalance the difficulty and time they take to complete, along with increase to all loot drops. So things might take a little longer than we are used to when it comes to Uprisings. But hey, they're going to give us a little bit of a at ya boy, at ya girl, right there, or at ya whatever the hell you identify as, right there. Amplifiers, the Amplifiers' user interface has been reorganized to have a better distinction between amplifiers. Along with those changes, we've introduced quality locking and weekly cost reset to give players greater chances for amplifiers, and then learn more if you watch Boomy's video about that. It's still a big credit sink, but it's not a complete and total like cluster F for you guys. So wait for it to reset and you won't be spending all your billions of credits. Ranked PvP Season 13 has come to a close. Now rewards can be found at Gerdada, the hut of the fleet, on the fleet, and players will receive rewards based off of their highest ranking rating, with Season 14 starts later this spring. Changes have been made to Conquest to ensure engaging and fair competition. Players who are added to a guild will now not be able to contribute to the guild efforts until the end of the Conquest event in which they were invited. Now, when we get to the Conquest section, there will be a lot more details for that. I've been hearing a little mixed on this one. I understand there's been some abuse in this situation when it comes to guilds trying to own all the things. And I remember BioWare months ago tried to implement changes so that smaller guilds would be able to fairly play in this arena, but yet nothing's really changed. So hopefully this will give a bit of a balanced playing ground for everyone, but at the same time, it probably won't. So hey, there's that. Welcome to MMO World. Added a camera shake slider to allow players to reduce or turn off the camera shake in the game. Something I've never really honestly noticed. The game's intro movies and logos have been updated. Players' auto-skip movie setting has been reset so that everyone can see them at least once, though the option still exists to skip these after the first login post-patch. Satil Sean's companion bio will now correctly show that her picture and bio instead of Voss's picture and Revan's bio. That and the fact that Satil Sean at this point is around 70 years old, which is kind of scary because she's still freaking hot. The description of the Nautilin species unlock will now correctly mention that items placed in the head slot are hidden for the Nautilin species because they're heads. The daily login UI will now open at the oldest claimable reward The flourish emote will now be correctly displayed with 2 lightsabers or 2 vibrosabers. Okay, let's go back to the daily login reward. Comment section below, my friends. Let me know. Have you guys been enjoying this? What are you guys thinking about the whole login reward? Me, I'm still like, meh, it is what it is. It's just one extra thing for me to click so I can actually start playing. Let me know in the comment section below what your guys' thought on all that is. The flourish emote will now be correctly displayed with 2 lightsabers. I already said that, didn't I? The slash command emote will now correctly play a unique voice line per class. Opening other windows when the emote window is open and will no longer make it blank. The following non-looping emotes will no longer be marked as looping. And here they are right here. Backflip, dud, flourish, handstand, heel kick. That's interesting. Insult, nod off, punt, rude, and toe touch. Touch your toes, boys. Emotes will now correctly unlock in the emote window immediately when unlocked. Groove and bop emotes can now be previewed. Now I have bop stuck in my head. Thanks, BioWare. Updated context menu so that right-clicking on the name or portrait will give consistent access to spam and toxicity reporting. Don't get me started on the whole toxicity thing. It's a uphill battle. Improve the spam and controls on mail system. Racool vendor Jalak words will now correctly trade for Racool DNA canisters. The sit hotkey will now play the correct emote. And that's awesome. Now let's get down to, we got some things in the cartel market. Items in the economy, of course, I will have this listed in the information below. You guys can click on to see all the beautiful things that they decided to do for this one. We got some crew skill stuff as well, but nothing really big. The game will no longer freeze when changing the crew member on the crew skill interface window. That's nice. And a couple class changes here and there. Nothing to write home to mommy or with the flashpoints as well. Or war zones because, hey, 13's over with and 14 is coming. So party on. And we got uprisings as well and mission NPCs and stuff that most people haven't really encountered, but heck, it is a thing. And of course, we have events with Feast of Prosperity. They're adding the missing word in the conversation line with a Mexshaw line cook in the story mission, a dash of kindness of the Feast of Prosperity event, which will come about next fall. And the escape the next you will no longer behave incorrectly in the combat zoo in the prepped work mission of the Feast of Prosperity event. And canceling the channel of meditative satation toy will now, that sounds suggestive, will now stop the animation as intended. And Life Day, which is over, the snow-covered parcels stored in the guild or legacy bank are now correctly converted into currency as intended. And the Nashada nightlife event, which won't happen till the late days of summer, temporary abilities of following mission will now be removed when completing those missions. Boss said knock you out. And data-driven services. Players who will be near other players playing the slot machines during the Nashada nightlife will no longer receive alerts. Darn, I really enjoyed receiving what that guy next to me did. Actually, when I do that, I try to find the most secluded spot and try to play 2 or 3 slot machines at the same time. Let me tell you, it takes forever and good finesse to get to that 3rd slot. By that time, someone likes to come up and use it, and you're like, excuse me, dude, I'm using these slots because I want to waste my credits. It's what I do. I don't know where that was going. I just wanted to vent and tell you about my life there. It's what it is. Well, here's the Conquest stuff, my friends. If you are into it, I know a lot of you are. Upon joining the guild, new guild members will no longer earn guild conquest points, guild XP, invasion rewards, and conqueror achievements until the next conquest reset. Example, if a player joins a guild on Friday, they will not be able to contribute to the guild points and XP until the next conquest event the following Tuesday. Newly created guilds will not be able to accrue. I do have a guild. Boomy Nation is a guild. If you can ever find me when I'm on, you can join. It's a thing. They say, because I interrupted myself, newly created guilds will not be able to accrue any conquest points or guild XP until the next conquest event. Due to these changes, the guild conquest commendation rewards from invasion will be tallied at the end of the active conquest and rewarded when the next conquest event starts. If a player is removed from the guild, their contributions will be removed from the guild. Now that's a new one, which I don't know if I like that one. Hey, if you've been in a guild and all the things you did contributed to that guild while you were in said guild, I think your contributions should stay. I don't really like this change. and then you go back to the new guild and rinse and repeat. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to get, like, you know, all these Mondo major guilds who have tons of conquest points, who always are conquering all the planets and doing all the things. They're trying to make sure there's a more fair playing ground for the smaller guilds. But at the same time, this kind of punishes the people who've been in said guild for quite a while, or maybe a couple weeks or whatnot, and decided to go somewhere else to greener pastures. I don't know. I'm conflicted on this, but I'm kind of siding with the guild on this one. If you've been in the guild long enough, you've contributed enough points to the guild, I think those contributions should stay. Sometimes I think BioWare likes to throw the baby out with the bathwater too many times. I'm not a big fan of this change. I don't think it should be there. The following adjustments are being made to crafting objectives. New objective called the Crafting Inventor will be added. This will be a weekly and require twice the number of crafts, 100, compared to the former daily Crafting Inventor objective, which is 50 crafts. Base points equals 6,400. Upon completion, opens to the Crafting Inventor 2 daily objective. The former Crafting Inventor objective will change from an infinite repeat to a daily repeat. We'll change names to Crafting Inventor 2. Base points equal 1,100, up from 750. Now, I went through a lot of this in my last video that talked about Conquest and the changes there. Apparently, I can't read tonight, guys, nor can I talk. Toast. That's all I have to say is toast. And maybe I shouldn't have had too many of those liquidy things. In addition, to achieve more equity between professions, going forward, a craft for the purposes of conquest objectives will equal 1 craft. Previously, a craft would count each item in a stack of items crafted, shortcutting our intent for the system. Let's see, new conquest objective credits that as 1 craft. So in other words, instead of, like, say you produce 50 of something and that goes out to 50 crafts. Well, if you produce that 50 of something, that is considered 1 craft. I hope I got that right. That sounded right in my head. Conquest objectives will now only display the next objective if it's part of the active conquest. Following conquest objectives should now only appear during the Dread War Conquest, the Emergency Operations Conquest, or during the Feast of Prosperity seasonal event, which again is in fall, so good luck, as intended. Corellia, Lucky, Hoth, Snowblind, Corellia, Lucky, Eternal, Hoth, Snowblind, Eternal, which is exactly what's happening right now in the Midwest. They also fixed an issue where some Sky Troopers were not counting towards the count of chapters. Defeat Sky Troopers' conquest objectives. Conquest reward missions will no longer be stuck in an incomplete state if granted while the player is in a conversation. And crafting conquest objectives now only progress once per craft, even if multiple items are created by the schematic. Well, there you have it, my friends. We have Game Update 6.2.1. It is in the hopper. It is live today with some big changes to Conquest and how things go about, and with guilds as well in terms of Conquest. So one could argue that the title of this patch should be Conquest: The Changes That Were Made. And it is a thing. So those of you who are big in Conquest, those of you who are in big guilds who feel like you're kind of like unfairly being treated, like, hey, it's not my fault we're so big. My bad, we've been around for years. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And to you smaller guilds out there, let me know your thoughts as well, let me know what you guys think about this and how you guys think this is going to affect your guild, whether it be positive or negative. I want to hear all the things because I will eventually report those to BioWare. I will say, I will be honest here, I haven't reported much to BioWare because a lot of it would just be me repeating myself. And I just want to save them and myself that nonsense right there. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on all the things as per usual. And my friends, make sure you hit that like button, smash the like button, punch it, do whatever you need, sit on it, whatever you need to do. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit the notification button, and share the poop out of this video as well. It helps out quite a bit. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, become part of the family here at Boomy Nation, the freak show of YouTube, the black sheep of gaming. And as always, my friends, remember to be kind. It's about community, and don't forget to spay and neuter your Wookiees. And we'll see you later, my friends. Good day.